Rightio team. So, in a while, actually, what, a couple of weeks since I chucked on the MotoX exhaust from Thailand, the full system, so muffler and header pipe, and this will be my first ride with it. Also testing out another goodie that I was given. So this is a TomTom Rider 400. And yeah, this ought to help me with a bit of navigation and also tracking my speed and whatnot. Seems to work alright with gloves. And yeah, just going to go grab some fuel and test out, take the bike for the first ride with these new mods. So, currently don't have the the silencer bit in there. Sounds good. I'm excited for it. So yeah, first ride, off we go. Alright, we'll sync the audio. I'm trying to record audio as well, so. I'm not gonna lie, I think that sounds great. Does kind of feel like I don't have as much oomph off the bottom end though, which I noticed when I did a similar mod to my old 250 high sunk. Does sound good though. Doesn't sound like a sewing machine anymore, which was a big problem I had. Well, it wasn't a problem. I was just getting bored with the bike. I've said multiple times I didn't want to put an exhaust on this bike, yet here I am with an exhaust. And yeah, main reason was I was just getting bored with this bike, and unfortunately I can't. Well, I'm not very good at saving money. That's one thing. But I just, there's nothing to upgrade to at this stage. I've had lots of thoughts, and I've made even a couple of videos about what I'd consider upgrading to. But right now, there's just nothing. Especially no money to upgrade. So, for now, sticking with the Honda. And I did invest a decent amount of money into doing the suspension and whatnot, so it makes sense to keep it for a while longer at least. So that's why I chucked the exhaust on, considering the whole performance ECU thing. And one of the reasons it came on was I found out that I've been wrong for a while about what mods you can do to a lamb's bike in New Zealand. So you can actually put a full system exhaust on a sub 250cc bike, which the Rally is. You can even ECU tune it, so change the fueling and stuff. And it's fine, it's still lambs. So, yeah, that's something I've just been thinking about. Yeah, can't say I've noticed any performance increase, but then again, I haven't exactly done any riding on this yet. Alright, let's go. This one. Righto. Right. like the idea of the GPS. The TomTom, as I said, was a gift from good friend Ben. He wasn't using it, he had no use for it, so he sent it up to me to use. And yeah, I've got the 13.2 sprocket on, and I've not bought a speedo healer yet, so my speedo's reading 15% out at least. And yeah, we're just going to try it out. The TomTom doesn't seem to do off-road tracks, so I've imported a couple of GPX files through the website for, say, the 42 Traverse and whatnot, and you go to sort of use them and it says route unavailable or something, which is not ideal, but it's not the end of the world considering most of the quote-unquote adventure riding in New Zealand is actually on public gravel roads and stuff. So yeah, this is a nice addition, I think. Yeah, it definitely sounds a bit more ballsy, particularly at idle, this bike now with the exhaust. Be real interesting to see what it's like top end wise. That was something I noticed last time I put a pipe on a bike, was it did lose a little bit of low RPM torque, it felt like, but it revved out better. So whether or not that's the same case here with the Rally, we'll find out, I guess. Yeah, you can tell it's been about it has been over a month since I've really done a good ride on this bike. One big day was the last decent ride I did, and yeah, since then, my weeks and my weekends have either been filled up with pissing rain or family commitments. So I've not really been able to go out, and as a result my tyres are a wee bit flat. Yeah, so what? Low speed speedo, according to the GPS, I am 5 or 6 k's out, and then yeah, all the way up at 100 it's over 10 k's out, which is kind of interesting. Yeah, it's a shame there's no real gravel close to home. Don't really have the time today to go out and play in the gravel, but hopefully this weekend I'll go. There's a good loop I've heard of, which I got off the local Adventure Riders page. The Mighty Waikato Adventure Riders, I think it's called. So if you're not local, join up. Nice guys. But yeah, I'm thinking about going all the way down to Ohura, which is in the King Country near Taumarunui. So yeah, there's a nice back road twisty route to go down there. And I think I'll give it a shot, give it a look. I was meant to be going down and doing one of the iconic Taranaki tracks today, but not today, this weekend, but my riding partner is under the weather, shall we say. He's got COVID, so that plan's not going to happen. Right, throw some air in the tyres. Could have done this at home, but my compressor at home's a wee bit dodgy. Well, reset my trip while I'm at it. might be a bit peppier up in the top end. Like I said, it's not really something I'm able to immediately feel. If there's any gains, they're absolutely minimal. Main thing is it makes big boy bike noises now, and we like big boy bike noises. If you've noticed there's a bit of a degradation in video quality, I should probably address that as well. My DJI Osmo Action, which has been for the last 18 months my go-to helmet cam, the audio, the internal mic seemed to not be working. So when I recorded that video going over the plastics, how well they've been durability wise, took the external microphone adapter out, and it didn't want to activate the internal mic, so I've had to send that off to get repaired up in Auckland. Hopefully it doesn't cost an arm and a leg, and I don't want to upgrade just yet. I've got other things I'd rather spend my money on. So I am on the trusty and rather well flogged GoPro. Okay, so speedo check. Indicated 95 and it's 82. So yeah, it's nice. Kind of wish the speedo was a little bit bigger on the TomTom here, but it still beats having my iPhone 6s slapped up there on the quad lock. That started to do some odd things after one big day. It just got so wet, so the screen's starting to look a bit dodgy. Well, we'll see how that camera, that phone goes long term, but yeah, for the more road-based stuff, I think this TomTom's going to do the trick for me. Long term, I think I'd like to get a Garmin, but that's just not in the budget currently. It's weird having a loud exhaust again. It's been so many years since I've had a loud exhaust. The last bike I had that had a loud exhaust was my GT650 Hyosung, which I wrote off while lane splitting in Auckland. And yeah, that kind of cemented my loud pipes don't save lives mantra, because that thing had a straight pipe on it. It shot blue flames about a foot out the back, which was cool. But a woman decided that she was going to change lanes immediately in front of me as I was lane splitting, and no indication, just pulled out in front of me and I went down. Yeah, so I don't think loud pipes save lives, they just sound good. So yeah, if anyone tells me all loud pipes save lives, I call BS. There was a study done in Europe, and they sort of, not conclusively, but they put a very good study together that sort of indicated that you're no less likely to be heard, particularly in modern cars with all the sound deadening they have in them these days, with a loud pipe versus not having a pipe. And if you want someone in front of you to know that you're behind them, you've got this interesting device on your handlebar. You push this button and it makes a noise. And apparently that's really good at indicating to people you're behind them. But hey, each to their own. If you want to think that your loud pipe makes you safer, then go nuts. But if you tell me that added it as a safety feature, I'm going to call you an idiot. Call you a knob. Admit it then. We put loud pipes on bikes not because they save lives, but because they make the bike sound cool. Which is exactly what I've done. Made my little 250 sound a little bit racier. Right, well I think, oh that's right, this is a 40k zone now. That's a handy as thing. With a little GPS that actually knows what the speed limit is where you are. I'll probably do a video on sort of phone GPS versus actual GPS units someday. But there's definitely some pros and cons in each column. Obviously off the top of my head, main cons, buying a GPS unit as a separate thing when you've always got your phone on you. But waterproof, and yeah, it's got some interesting functionality that most of the phone apps don't seem to have. Yeah, pretty happy with the exhaust. I have been definitely noticing there's a lot more heat in behind the plastic here. Most of the guys I know that have got these MotoX exhausts seem to be cutting their lower fairing off, which I don't really want to do. So mine's staying as is, and we'll see if I manage to melt any of my factory plastics. Yeah, definitely notice a lot more heat down here. But nothing's caught fire yet. As for power, if it actually has any more, it seems like there might be a little bit more top end, but that does also appear to have come at the cost of a little bit of low end. So yeah, maybe an ECU will be in the future, but for now, that's pretty cool. Sounds nice, and that is the main thing.